Hey guys, welcome back to Buster's Buster's Corner. I was going to say Buster's Appliance Repair because I just got off work. That's the that's the business I have. I got Philip Henry with me. Philip, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How about you, Bob?
Doing good, good, good. I heard you're under the weather a little bit. You getting over that, huh?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I was about 20 had I don't know, 24-hour bug or something. But yeah, I'm back now.
All right, good, 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 good. So see, last week we were at Homestead. The guys had good results over there. Um, now I did a setup for the High Line, and I watched TV, and it worked up there. I just needed more time to dial that setup in. But you guys killed it down low, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people loved Bill Benedict's little change that he had on my 1.7, and everybody seemed to have just. I think we had a bunch of good runs with
Hmm.
that setup.
Yep, yep, yep. Good week, good week. Um, but next time we come back, well, the problem with the High Line is guys don't have the guts to run it. And actually, we saw it on TV, didn't we? Larson nailed it, but a lot of the other guys that tried it up there did not succeed up there with that right rear tire.
No, I think Tyler Reddick and John Nemechek both spun out.
Yeah, I'm tapping the wall. Who won that race? I didn't get to see the end of it yet.
Larson did. He led like 199 laps.
Wow. Last time I had to come in here and do other stuff, and he had like a 5 or 8 second lead above the pack. So good stuff. Okay, so let's talk about Martinsville. I'll be running the setup 1.6 AS, and here's the notes on it, you guys. And this is inspired by Andrew S. I can't pronounce his last name. Can you pronounce his last name? Skalink?
Scale. I know. I'll butcher it.
Me too. Skalink. All right. Yeah, he sent over that's the first time I've seen him. He sent over his setup to the Busters Discord for us guys to look at it and dissect it and take it apart. And none of us could drive it that I know of. It just got too loose for me coming off of lap 2 or 3. Once the newness wore off the tires, it was too much for me to handle. So that's definitely a driver's car and between the driver and the gear, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It was very. It was weird because it was loose and it was loose for me, but it was loose in the center of the corner. Like the front just had just a ton of grip.
He was fast. He was doing twos and threes for the first 10 laps. The guy was nailing it. Okay, so we don't have that. But this one here was inspired. I took some stuff off of this. Why don't you jump in your car and we'll follow you around. See how you do this track. Let me see. Let me get into your car here. Okay, I'm going to cockpit view, and we're just going to watch you do 5 or 6 laps here. It takes 5 laps to get your fast time out of it. So
Yep, and I'm actually on the 1.0. I found that I like it just a little bit better. It seems to I can dive in the way I want to, just a little bit, but I'm actually going to quit jaw jacking so that way I can kind of focus a little bit. If I
hmm,
notice something that I might do, oh yep, see smoking the tires right there.
you got to
Um,
focus. I know.
Once you get the brake um, warmed up just a little bit, you every now and then I'll shift, and I don't really know why, but it just helps the car seem to get down to the bottom. Well, too much
There it
throttle right
is.
there. Yep,
There it
shouldn't have
is.
shifted.
So, and that's what I was sitting here thinking as you were doing that shifting thing. I said, I think that right rear is going to hook on him and jack him up. And that's why the gearing that I have in it is one of the reasons is to help prevent that, especially when tires get older.
Yeah, it seems to it works really good on new tires. Um, but it's like once they start coming up to temp, I shouldn't have done it, and I knew I shouldn't have because the second I shifted down, I went from green to red.
Hmm. But you got some good lap times. I'm pulling up your lap times right now. Oh, there's 1-3, and there's a 4 and a 3, and then yeah, 8-4-3. And it really does. It takes 1-2-3-4 laps for the tires really to come in. Um, I'm showing the guys some of your other laps you had. Here's a stint you had here, and you had a 5-4-5-5-4-4-5, and that's where you got into your rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me try it, and you can watch me for a little bit. Okay. The screen just kind of blinked out. I think we're having a lot of fun on those Sunday night races. The guys are loving those.
Yeah, I
What are
heard the
these?
last night was quite a bit of fun.
Yeah. All right, get into a rhythm here. Right past that black NASCAR sign. When I hear that left front kind of chirp a little bit, that's when I know I got the braking just right. And I'm probably down too low in these corners. And I kind of choke off the corner, I think, a little bit.
Well, it seems to be working. 19.7s back to back for your first 2 laps is not bad. That's faster than I am.
Come on, green, 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 baby. Did I take first place yet? Nope. Well, you got a 3.9 sitting up there. That was a 4.3. But it really, you just gotta get into a rhythm. That's what we're doing last night. Just once you get everybody gets lined up, we're just getting your rhythm. And what's happening is you're not getting tire wear, but you're getting tire heat.
Yep.
And that's what catches up to you. So last night I was racing. I had Jack Walls in front of me, and he was not giving up the spot. But we were fighting for last place. So there my screen's jerking up, messing up on me. So I tried, holding back and going high on him, holding back and going low on him, and eventually I just heated up my tires. And there was a guy that we had a half a lap lead on, caught up to us. I said, "Did you get new tires?" He goes, "I fit last time, same time you did, Bob." But he just flew by us because we tore up our tires. Now my brake bias is at 40.8. I'm going to take some front out of this. A couple of clicks. Yeah, you got to work the brake bias throughout this race too. If that front end's, if you find that front is not chirping on you, put some brake back up in the front. If it's not braking soon enough for you, you're like, oh man, I got no brakes. Put some brake back in the front and get the fronts working again if you have to. And if you're locking up the fronts, if you got the front tires are getting hot on you from, dueling it out with somebody, and the front tires start screeching on you, you got to roll it to the back of the car. And actually, the more you can put in the back of this car, the faster you will be.
Yeah, that is very true. And you got to watch when you get so much rear brake into it. If you lock them rears up just the slightest bit, that back end I've noticed will come around.
And we saw that last night too. We had the first, it's like lap one. The guy I think in third place or second place come up off the turn like you did right there. He got squirrely, bouncing off the wall. Those of us behind him came up, and one guy hit those brakes and just jerked him right into the wall on the infield because he was set up with a lot of rear brake bias in the beginning.
Yeah, there's a fine line between too much rear brake and hitting it right at that sweet spot to get them fast lap times early on.
Okay, well, I'm going to do this. So I'm at 40.3 on my screen. I'm cranking it down to 38.2. Nailing the brakes. That wasn't too bad. That was pretty straight. Let's try it again. Oh. I thought they was going to jerk left on me.
You got the magic pedals.
I do. All right, last lap. But this car last night was very stable throughout the whole run. In the beginning, it feels tight, and it is a little bit tight in the beginning. But once you get 5 or 10 laps on this car, it's going to let me get out of here. Once you get 5 laps in this thing or so, it's going to free up on you. And let's see, you can't, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because when I built this car, and I got to thinking, and I mentioned this the other night before the race, I got thinking of my short track back home, and I'm sure you can relate to this, Phil. When I was running street stock, when we first started, we had asked a question to one of the super late model guys. Hey, we asked somebody, I don't know who it was. Do we need to worry about aerodynamics on my street stock car? And the guy's like, no, you guys don't go past 65 or 70 miles per hour. At 70 miles per hour is when the whole downforce and things kick in. So I got thinking, this one right here, if you look at our replays, in these corners, we're only doing maybe 68 miles an hour. It goes so slow. So, and I guess everybody else did this but me. I took all the negative brake out of it and made the car as flat as I could. So now what happens as you get 4 or 5 laps in, the back starts coming up with the fuel loss, and the car frees up on you in the long run. Cool, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think we're quite going fast enough in these corners for really, like you said, for there to really be enough air movement underneath the car. I think there's enough speed entering the corner to where you need that rake just a little bit. To get that airflow underneath and go, but when you're there in the corners and you're only doing 55 miles per hour, you're not generating enough airflow underneath and on top of the car.
Nope, and I didn't think about that when I first started building the car. I didn't even think about that because I've been working on this whole thing. Everybody says you need 1 inch of rake and stuff like that, and then it dawned on me on Saturday night. So I got home Sunday morning. I said, we rebuilt the car. So to take care of that. So the car definitely gets very comfortable on the longer run. Might be a little tight in the beginning, but once you get 5 laps in here, it becomes it's very comfortable. Okay.
Yeah, a lot about mechanical grip as well here. I feel like it's you need a lot of mechanical grip.
Yeah. So the setup is looking pretty good. Like I say, and then we got the guys. So you still got the guys like Andrew, Greg Girk, and those guys. The guy and yourself that can handle a looser vehicle than I can. So there's definitely things you guys can do to free this up even. And number one, I look at the cross weight on this setup. It's a 56.1, and my nose weight's at 49.6. So you could drop the nose weight, and that'll free you up a little bit on entry. Right, and the cross weight's going to help you mid and off, and then the other one for mid and off is that rear ARB arm sitting at a P1.
Yeah,
you could pop that to
I don't know if I would go above a P2.
Watch
P2
this.
is probably as far as I could maybe go.
Watch this. I just put a P2 in. Let's see what happens. I still got to beat your time. I'm 0.04 slower than you are.
Well, long run, I think we're going to see a lot of cautions this week. So quick times may not matter. I think position and where you are on the racetrack is going to matter a lot this week.
So at what point do you think you pit? Because the only problem with the tires is the heat, and if you get the yellows, the heat should come down.
Yeah, that is very true. And I'm not seeing a ton of tire wear. It's mainly just the heat. So I think if you're getting a ton of yellows and you can make it on fuel and you're all good, you don't got no damage, I think you stay out as long as you can, really. And if you happen to get some green flag runs, and all of a sudden you're about lap 60, and you like, there's a caution here, I say you chance it. I would probably chance it and pit, but that's me. Um, I think you could probably stay out and be comfortable with a top 10, probably as long as you can avoid the wrecks. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. I know one race and earlier in the year that I raced, and we had like 20 something cautions. I feel like I think everybody had a penalty at that point.
And then you also got to look at the field and those guys that have had issues and they're a lap down. If you pit, you line up back in front of them, right?
Yep, you will. And so, especially if we get a green flag run and you're running 10th, but there's 12 cars on the lead lap,
Mm-hmm.
you got no harm in pitting.
Right. That's what I'm. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So you might start 12th. You go to the end of the line if nobody else pits with you. Uh, but still, you're only going to drop 2 spots, and that's not a big deal. You can get that back later.
Yeah, and that's where the refreshing of the heat and the tires will come into play.
Yeah. Okay. So the bar didn't make me faster, but it's an option if if that's the kind of stuff you like. If you like that feel off.
And it looks like your times are a little bit more consistent with it, though.
I'm just getting better at the track. Oh yeah, you're right. Look at that. 7.665.65. Yeah, that's just the car. The car will do that with you. If I go back up top without talking, let's see. Yeah, let's see the stint before this. 4.556. Forget the 9. 6.56. Skip the 7. 6. Back to 6 and a 6. So yeah. All right, that one's just not my cup of tea. I don't like the way it feels. Okay. So pit stops. Yeah, I still need to practice a green pit stop. I haven't done that yet. Um, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal here. It's not that hard.
I
All right.
think we can make it on fuel all race, right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I would not pit under green unless you just had to and you got a meatball.
That's true too. That's true too. You don't need to practice that. You're right. Good point. Yeah. Stay out as long as you can. It's gonna be all about track position. Um, like I
hmm
say, I was chasing down that Jack Walls last night for about 20 laps. But that's the other thing too. I mean, that was a friendly race, but if you got somebody on your tail for more than 2 laps, you've got a choice to make at that point. If the guy's dogging you for 2 laps, either you need to pull up and get up out the way, or he's going to put you up out the way. That's short
Yeah.
track
People
racing.
people will use people will use their bumpers this week.
Hmm. And this is going to be one of those races, and especially for the Buster Buddies, it's going to happen to a Buster Buddy from another Buster Buddy, and we can't have any hard feelings over it. That's just Martinsville. That's just short track racing. Is what it is. So we'll see how that works out during the week with tempers in the lobby.
Oh yeah, tempers are gonna flare.
Maybe we should set up a channel in there. You can yell at me in here or something, or say your piece in here. I don't know. All right, buddy. You got anything else going on here we need to bring up?
Nope, not that I know of.
Oh, look, I'm just checking the chat channel, and there's my buddy. He knows I'm talking about him. There's Jack Wall saying, "Hello, Bob. I'm coming for you, Jack." That was a good race, though, him and I had. That was fun. But we burned up our tires. All right, you guys, we are going to call this out. Have a happy race day. Thanks, Phil. We'll see you at the race. You racing tonight?
I think I will. I'm gonna try to get to it.
All right.
I didn't make last week's Monday night race, but I'm gonna try tonight.
All right. All right, buddy. We'll see you there. There's Kevin Norman says Fight Night Channel. Okay.
Fight night channel. That sounds like a great idea.
I'm gonna do that, Kevin. I'm gonna put that up there, Fight Night channel. But no swearing. You guys can say anything you want to each other, but no swearing. All right, buddy. We'll see you in a couple hours. I'm gonna put up the practice room here in about a half hour.
All right, sounds good. Happy race day.
You too, buddy. Thanks. Bye bye.